Welcome to episode 15 of Tools in the Hall. This particular episode is not as extensive as some other ones, but we have some really cool tools that you have not seen in previous tool hauls. So let's get busy. Let's start over here because I'm already standing up and I'm going to go get lazy and sit down later on. The first things I want to show you were these work tables from K-Tool International. You have seen, or should see, oh no, maybe you haven't seen, I don't know when this video is getting posted. I think this video is getting posted after I do an unboxing video on these tables. And I also did a whole review video a long time ago on these two. I'll post links to those up in the upper right hand corner there and you can check it out. These work tables are the adjustable ones that go up to 48 inches tall, and they're very popular with diesel guys, particularly because they can put them high enough so that when they're in the engine compartment of a big rig, they can wheel these things right up next to them, and they don't have to get down, grab a tool, and then climb back up. They can reach right over and grab these tools. They're also popular with the automotive guys because they can extend the they can wheel them right up to a grill of a car and extend the top over the engine bay, and you can reach right over and grab the tools. These tend to be a little more popular with diesel guys for some reason. I don't know why, but they sell like hotcakes, and no matter how fast we get them in, they're almost all gone within the week. And I think there has been 1 week that we didn't sell out of these. Regardless of how many we get in. So we'll put, they come in 3 different colors, green, black, and red. We put all the colors on the trucks, and sometimes, we sold 3 or 4 of these a day sometimes, but they're incredibly good sellers for us. And when they put them on sale, they're rather reasonably priced. Right now they're not on sale, but even then they're not expensive at all. And they're very easy sell because they're so versatile. There's only a few things in this world that I think actually sell themselves, and these work tables are one of them. Technicians look at them, they instantly can think of a use case for it. They know how it's going to suit them best. I just point out a couple of features. They have a drawer in them, which is nice, and the pedestal raises up to 48 inches. And they are instantly sold on the idea of having something which will help them become more efficient within the shop. We have 9 of these that just came in. We've got 2 that we just got in from last week that we haven't put on the trucks yet, so we got 11 of them right now, and I will predict that within a week these will all be gone. Alright. More stuff from K-Tool. This is the 4-piece magnetic toolbox tray set. It has a parts tray, 2 parts trays, a larger one, a smaller one, a towel rack, and a can tray. That towel rack I have never really seen used for towels. A lot of people use that for either a shirt or jacket hanger or a boot hanger. You just take, these are 2 individual sides to this rack, just turn them 90 degrees and point the spindle up, and you can use them as a rack. That's pretty handy. This is the 4-piece file set from Gear Wrench. These are the larger bastard files. I think most of the products from Gear Wrench have now been rebranded with all the new colors and the new logo. They look pretty sharp. I do like the handles. These are the very similar handles that they put on their screwdrivers. They have that tri-lobe design, so you get a good grip with them, and they're oil and solvent resistant. And the blades are nice and large on these. Why are we going so heavy into K-Tool? Well, because K-Tool has been expanding their product line. A lot of the old Monster stuff has moved over into K-Tool because Monster went away. You can see a previous video I made on that, what happened to them. And as a result, K-Tool, which is also owned by the same company that owned the Monster brand, just absorbed a lot of those products into their product line. This is one of those multi-layered kneeling pads. It has magnetic compartments up here. That's not the strongest magnet in the world. I wouldn't. I mean, you're not going to stick things on there and then turn this thing upside down and shake it like an Etch-a-Sketch and retain your bolts and nuts. Don't use it for that. It just keeps stuff from rolling around. Little carry handle on the side there, and it's large enough that you can kneel on it, sit on it, pad your tuchus if you're laying down. Oh, these are rubber washers for the dual head air chucks that Milton makes. That's a wear item, and they're a long 12-inch chuck. Uses 2 of these. I'm just replacing those for free for a guy who has it worn out. Onyx has this terrific 38-piece bit set with a hex receiver and a ratchet. This has a pretty decent selection of Phillips slotted Torx, tamper-proof Torx, and does it have Allens as well? Hold on, let me check. Oh no, positive drive bits too. And it has a little extension in there as well. You can't see it in the package too well, but it's behind the ratchet handle back there. This is extraordinarily popular. Very, very handy. Oh no, it does have hex bits as well. Slotted Phillips hex, Torx, tamper-proof Torx, and positive drive. Is there a better carbide burr set for the money than this one from Astro? I'm guessing not. That's why we carry these. This 8-piece set, I think we're doing it for $98.99. And it's like half the price of a 4-piece set off the Mako and Mack trucks. And don't even think about the snap-on pricing on these things. They're ridiculous. But for less than $100, getting 8 of these things, and they last a long time. The only thing to know is Astro does not put a warranty on these. So what you're really doing when you look at the ones from the other companies like Mako and Mack and those guys is they'll put a warranty on them, but they charge you way more. All you're really doing is pre-purchasing your broken ones. Per burr, these are not that expensive. So if you do break one, you can buy them for fairly inexpensive. It really depends on where you find the value in this. Are you the kind of person who says, I'm fine, paying X amount more in anticipation of replacing them in the future, or do I want to do that as I go, understanding that, whatever the costs are, my recommendation, not only because I sell these, but because I think it makes most financial sense, is buy the less expensive set. You're buying the same quality burr, and a lot of guys don't break them anyway. So why put the money in up front if you're never going to spend it otherwise? These are retractable test lead sets from Lang. This is the 3-lead 10-foot retractable set. These have magnetic mounts on the back, and this is the 30-foot 2-lead set, also with a magnet mount. This is it looks like it's a warranty wrench replacement for somebody from Gear Wrench. Love Mayhew products for a lot of reasons. You've heard me bragging about them in some other videos. I like them because they manufacture a lot of their stuff in the U.S. These picks are made in Taiwan, but they do a lot of their manufacturing in the U.S., which I like. These are very good quality. I have no quality issues at all with their stuff. And as far as a mini hook and pick set goes, I think these are $25. For the money, it's tough to purchase any that are any better. I think the Snap-on mini hook and pick set goes for $52, so you're paying over twice the price for the same hooks and picks. Mini files from Gear Wrench. This is a 6-piece set. Same style handle as the large set that I showed you, tri-lobe design. And it's also resistant to oils and solvents, and it comes with a nylon pouch. And some individual sockets from Gear Wrench. Oh, this is that that long dual head air chuck from Milton that I got the rubber washers for my other customer. The washers set, there's a threaded piece on the end there. You can see that this unscrews and comes off on both ends of the head, and you just drop in a new rubber washer and the thing's as good as new. The length and the head on this one are ideal for dually wheels on big rigs or pickup trucks, and the length makes it so you don't have to stoop down so much and get at the tire stems or get at the valve stems. Truck guys, diesel techs who work on the big stuff buy these all the time. Oh, and look, here's the one that had the bad washers. I replaced the washers in this, and he should be good to go. I'll give this back to him when I see him Tuesday. A bag of replacement casters. These are for a creeper seat that is used on kind of a rough floor in the one shop where this customer has, and he asked me if I get him some replacement casters, which I could do. Even though the creeper seat he had was a different brand than these casters, they're all made by the same company, so that goes back to some other videos I made about third-party branding and private labeling. Just because his creeper seat was one brand, it doesn't mean I can't get the casters from another brand, even if the one that he had been discontinued through the brand that he bought it from, if that makes sense. So it pays to know who's making what, where I can get stuff from, because I'm pretty sure that if you have something that hasn't been manufactured by the brand that's selling it, like Mac, for example, or Maco, they manufacture very few things these days. Chances are pretty good we can get you an identical or comparable unit from another brand, maybe from the manufacturer themselves, if we just know what it is and where they're coming from. So that's a big part of how I do business. Knowing that makes it, hopefully makes me a little more valuable. A little pocket blowgun from Milton. These are cool. Body shop guys like these. Just plug them in. You can, blow the dust off of stuff, off your clothing, off of your workpiece. Very handy. Some miscellaneous things like some razor blades for scrapers and valve core tools for Schrader valves and some little things in there. A couple of other miscellaneous adapters and swivel connectors and stuff. Irwin makes very good drill bits. This is their 29-piece set that goes from 1/16 to 1/2 inch. This is their set that has their Turbomax tip, which prevents walking. It's much easier to get a hole started with this than other brands that don't have that tip. You still might want to use a center punch, but an additional feature to these is the flatted shanks that it has, which prevents the bit from spinning in the chuck. And these are ideal for metal wood and PVC. These are not They're, maybe these are. Hold on. Which ones are these? I don't even know what I bought. Oh, no, these are the regular high-speed steel bits that are good for multiple applications. They also have a set that is cobalt grade, and the cobalt grade bits are what you'll want to use if you're drilling hard material like stainless steel, because it's a harder, more brittle bit. So go slow, use oil, keep them cool, don't burn them up, and they'll be great. This bit set from Onyx is one of the more comprehensive I've ever seen. It has 208 pieces. It's their master set that's got everything with a 1/4 inch quick connect shank. So you can put these in drill drivers, impact drivers, screwdrivers. You can use them, in just a manual driver or a cordless driver. And they run the gamut in Torx sets, Torx bits, Phillips slotted, square drive, tamper-proof Torx, hex. They've even got some specialty bits that you may not find in other sets. It has nut setters and bits that are extended as well. Everything in here is a lifetime warranty. It's a great set if you need any bit set at all. The price on that is I think it's like $85. It's not terribly expensive. So if you're gonna buy a bit set, buy the master set, because it's gonna have everything and then some. Forma Funnel has their large truck and tractor funnel and their general purpose funnel. The general purpose one is smaller than the large one for trucks and tractors. This is a flexible piece of aluminum with a PVC coating, and you can form this around obstacles to drain oil or other fluids so that you don't make a mess. And you may wonder why you shouldn't just take your filters off and let this stuff drip everywhere. The amount of money that you spend on these is going to make up for the amount of time you will spend cleaning up without one. So when you're looking to gain efficiencies, this is one of those tools that will help you in that area. Cleanup is faster. You're not going to use the solvents and shop supplies that you would normally use to spray down fluids, so you're going to reduce your overall shop costs as well. Pretty handy little solution for a headache that plagues us all. Titan has these non-aerosol spot sprayers. This is the same as the Sure Shot cans that you've seen. I believe all the parts are interchangeable too. The cap and the repair kit that's got the lever trigger and the nozzle and the springs, I believe it's all interchangeable. But these cost like $20 less than the Sure Shot ones do. If you don't know what these are, if your shop has bulk fluids like brake clean and other solvents, you unscrew that cap, fill this with fluid, put that cap back on, and there's a Schrader valve under there. Push it on, push your airline onto that, and put a charge of compressed air in that can. And when you pull that handle, the fluid sprays out of the nozzle. It's great for so many applications. This one's 32 ounces, and these things are rock solid. They last a long time. The only thing that ever really goes bad on them is if you drop them enough times, and you might need to replace the trigger on there. No big deal. They make repair kits for them. No tool haul will be complete without showing you the latest from Milwaukee. This is their 3/8 drive high-speed ratchet. I did an unboxing video on this, so check that out because I go over this in depth. 450 RPM on this as opposed to 200 on their previous version. The time savings on having a ratchet that is that fast is significant. And the nice thing about this is the head on here is way more compact than the previous fuel versions. This one is nice and small. You can get this into places you could not get the old fuel version of the ratchet. In addition, the body's even more compact. The image on the box is life size. No, it's not. It's no. The modular work light from Power Probe Tech finally came off a back order. This has been out on the market now for, I think, a year or two. I am slow to adopt new lighting products because where electronics are involved in lights these days, I want to be careful about what we're putting on the truck because I don't know what the reliability is. I've seen some pretty sketchy lighting in my day, and I'm sure if you've been turning a wrench for any amount of time, then you have too. So I want to be sure before I put lighting on the truck. It's proven itself out in the industry, and I get some feedback from people. So the guys I know who have bought these love them. They didn't buy them for me because I didn't have them on the truck at the time. But I had a guy ask me about them a few weeks ago, so he bought one from me. And then after his feedback, I am convinced that these are reliable and solid and a good value. So now we're putting these on the trucks. I did a whole unboxing video on these, so check that out. The long and short of it is there's this base unit here and these 4 light modules set into that base. The base has a power switch that turns all the modules on. It also has a magnetic mount on the side and a magnetic mount on the back, as well as a threaded tripod hole. And it comes with the charger and a tripod adapter. So you can mount this thing if you want on a tripod, stick it to some metal component on a vehicle, remove these individual modules, and they're tiny little guys. And you can stick them up between a frame rail and the bell housing. You can put them in a wheel well. They have magnetic mounts and hooks on each individual module. Each module is 250 lumens. This whole thing shines at 1,000 lumens. It's got a low setting and a high setting, and you'll pay about the same amount of money for this as you would for a Streamlight, Stinger, or Stryon light. Maybe the best angle die grinder on the market. This is the Onyx brand one from Astro. You have seen this in other tool haul videos, and I also did an unboxing video on this as well. A 0.35 horsepower motor makes it stronger than most that run at either a quarter horsepower or a third horsepower. This is nice because there's a quick lock feature on it where it has a button on the back of the head. Press that button, you lock the collet. You only need 1 wrench to loosen and tighten the collet. A composite body prevents the housing from getting too cold, and it's low vibration, which means you can use this all day long for prolonged periods and not worry about hand fatigue. Who finds this useful? Well, just about everybody who needs a die grinder. Very popular with fabricators. A number of guys have bought these for me that use them all day long. So I know it can put up with not only the heavy-duty use that these guys throw at it, but also the prolonged use, and it prevents hand fatigue. So I'm very happy with this one because for the price, you're going to spend way less than you would on Ingersoll or Dynabrade and get something of comparable quality. There's supplemental flyers for August. We've got a repaired ratchet, some pocket pickup magnets from Ullman. This is a tire gauge from Milton. Same guys who make that dual head chuck I was showing you earlier. Also make a gauge just for measuring air pressure. Some ratchet head repair kits from Gear Wrench. Irwin has some really good impact quality bit sets. These have Torx and Phillips bits in them, and these are the ones that range in length from 3.5 to 6 inches. And this one runs T15 through T30 on the Torx side, and numbers 1, 2, and 3 on the Phillips side. You've seen videos on this. This guy is a very popular set of mini pliers from Knipex. This is their mini Cobras. These are only 4 inches in length. And I've done breakout videos on these in the past too. It's impossible for somebody to pick these up and not smile because they're just so adorable, aren't they? Yes, they are. They're so cute. Who's a cuter pair of pliers? Who's a cuter pair of pliers? Nobody is. You're so adorable. More magnets. Hose cutters from SG Tool. Here comes Bennett. And there he goes. Oof. He wagged the camera. These are the ones that have the triangle-shaped razor cutting blade in them. Rather heavy duty. The 8-inch indexable pry bar from Gear Wrench, they have these in 8, 10, and 16-inch options. You press that button there and you can rotate that head 180 degrees. Lifetime warranty. It's great because you can angle that head to gain access to all kinds of places where a regular pry bar might not be able to get you the access you're looking for or get you the leverage that you need. That is an automatic center punch from Lyle. That guy's spring-loaded, so you just push that onto your workpiece and it creates an indentation for starting a hole so that your drill bits don't walk. Gray pneumatic, well, a lot of companies make these quarter-inch hex to square adapters. We like the gray pneumatic ones because there's lifetime warranty and they're readily available. This is the quarter-inch hex shank to quarter-inch square, so you can put a socket on that, as well as this one. This is quarter-inch hex to 3/8 square. Easy Red has these 4-inch long, quarter-inch drive, flex head ratcheting drivers. You can't put any of the bits that we showed you earlier in that Sonex Master set or that little Sonex bit set into the hex driver side. Put a socket on the square drive side, and with the flex heads, you can hit lots of different angles. The heads rotate 180 degrees, and they even have reverse switches on the heads. There's lots of flush cutters that we can get on the truck, so we can put the Knipex ones on the truck, but I opt for the Klein ones because it's a no-brainer when you compare what these are rated for and what the price is. For about $70, I can get you the Knipex flush cutters that are rated only for plastic. They will not honor the warranty if you cut wire with them and bend the cutting blades, which you will do. These Klein ones cost $25 and are rated for up to 16 gauge wire. Why would you not buy these if you need flush cutters? And these are true flush cuts, so these do not leave a pointed edge when you're done cutting. One of the more popular ratchet sets from Gear Wrench. This is their 2-piece 3/8 drive set. Each of these is 3/8 drive, including the small one. Guys like it because not only is the handle that small, but the heads on these are more compact than their standard 3/8 drive ratchets. I think they're 20% smaller. Way better access on these. Very handy. This one's a very good seller. And it's cheap too. I think it's like $65 or something. There's another modular work light. This is the Gear Wrench Gearbox branded ratcheting spline wrench set. They have a fixed spline end and a ratcheting spline end. This is the flex head version. There is a version that just has fixed heads on them. They put the 120 XP mechanism in the ratchet. And the great thing about spline wrenches like this is that they work on 6 different fastener types. Spline, 12-point, 6-point hex, rounded off, Torx, or square drive. So it's a very versatile set. And the handles on these are nice and long for really good leverage. The Diesel guys love this set of wrenches. And they also have jumbo sizes. This size goes 10 to 19, and they have jumbo sizes that go, I think, up to 25. More flyers. This is for our other truck. And we got some repair stuff back, some warranty stuff back. Ratchet. came back. We have some Milwaukee stuff come back for repair. It's a 1/2-inch impact. We got a Power Probe 3 that came back from repair. Battery for Milwaukee cordless stools. These are razor scrapers from Titan. This is a little display pack. Good for like a countertop, or we put them on the truck on the shelves. And they have 12 different razor scrapers in them. And M12 Milwaukee grease gun came back from repair. And just some duplicates of stuff I showed you before. The 4-inch quarter stick from Easy Red and the Onyx Die Grinder. It pays to have multiples of some of this stuff because they're such good sellers that you have to make sure you've got enough to get you through your restock orders. I've been playing around with the interval between restock orders, seeing which makes more sense for our billing cycles and stuff. So I'm playing around adjusting inventory. It's an experiment and it's a work in progress. And sometimes the truck looks pretty thin when it comes to inventory, but I'm just trying to figure out the most cost-effective way to manage that. Right now we're doing pretty good. And honestly, one of the problems that you have when business is good is trying to buy more stuff because we sell on credit to everybody. So until that money starts coming in from the stuff that you sold, sometimes it gets a little tight in paying our tool bill and making sure that we keep products flowing. So what I will always opt to do, I will opt to keep the shelves pretty thin if it means that it gives me the room in my credit line to buy stuff that people want. Because you can't stock everything. You stock the most common stuff, you stock the good sellers, stock the things that make a good impulse purchase, and don't go overboard. And I've seen lots of tool trucks that are way overstocked, in my opinion. These guys sink a lot of money in inventory to the point where it's going to take them a long time to make that money back, if they even know where stuff is. Because I'm sure you've been on tool trucks, which are so full of stuff that they've got boxes just full of stuff. And you might ask them for something. They may have it and not realize it. Because you got to be able to find it if you're the guy who operates that truck. So keeping your inventory down a little bit, it might look like you're not doing as good a business because you don't have as much stuff in the truck, but the opposite is true in our case. It means business is really good, and it's difficult for us to keep the shelves fully stocked and stay up with everybody's special orders. So I will always opt to stay with to keep up with the special orders, because that's the stuff people want right now that we wouldn't normally carry. And I can't bite off my nose to spite my face. So that's how we're managing it. That is more flyers. And this is an evaporative cooler from Hessair. This is their smaller unit that moves 1,300 cubic feet of air per minute. They have models that move 3,100 and 5,300. They also have one that moves, I think, if I remember right, 11,000 cubic feet a minute. They got a really big unit. These are way more affordable than the Portacools, and they work on the exact same principle. They got a water tank in the bottom. They have fins on the sides and the back, and when you turn the water pump on, pumps the water out of the tank, runs it down the fins, and the fan that's in there pulls air across the water going down the fins, so it blows out cooler air. I've had people tell me that body shops don't like these because of the increased humidity in the air. I'm not sure this does this. I mean, I'm no scientist, but most shops are open air anyway because they operate with the doors open. Well, there you go. I mean, you're getting the ambient humidity in the shop anyway. So let's say you got a particularly humid day. It's not like this is going to get more humid. And this isn't blowing water vapor. This just pulls cooled air across water that's being drawn down the fin. So it's not like you're vaporizing water on this. So I don't think this puts extra humidity in the air. I think all this does is pull cooler air across the fins. And these guys are very popular because you'll save a ton of money over the Portacool ones. These are much easier to keep clean and prevent mildew and buildup on. The portico ones, you're going to have to disassemble those things and really do a tear down on them eventually. With these guys, turn off the water pump for about a half hour before you're done using it. Let that dry air move through the fins, and it dries it all out. You're not going to get moisture buildup. You're not going to build up mold or mildew. And the air coming out of these, I measured it once, is about 15 degrees cooler coming out of the louvers on this than the ambient air. Great for shops where you don't have AC, which is most shops. They're also really good for your patio and your backyard. If you're sitting out there on a hot summer night, roll one of these out and turn it on and stay cool while you're sitting around with a family or enjoying a cool, refreshing beverage. Thanks so much for sticking it out with me on this one. I hope you enjoyed seeing some new products. Take a look at some of the other videos we have, because we break out some of these products in unboxing videos, and we also have some more tools in the haul segments with tools that I didn't show you here. So do me a favor, click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, use a tool. Don't be one.